ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಕಲಾವತಿ ಕಾಮತ್, ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಂಥಾಲಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಶ್ರೇಣಿ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಈಗ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮಾ ಇನ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಕೋರ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 5th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ವುಡ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. Wood block printing or a block printing is a technique for printing text, images or patterns used widely throughout East Asia and originating in China in antiquity as a method of printing on textiles and later paper. As a method of printing on cloth, the earliest surviving examples from China date to before 228. Wood block printing existed in Tang, China by the 7th century AD and remained the most common East Asian method of printing books and other texts as well as images until the 19th century. Most European users of the technique for printing images on paper are covered by the art term woodcut, except for the block books produced mainly in the 15th century. Now, the history. Wood block printing, known as xylography today, was the first method of printing applied to a paper medium. It became widely used throughout East Asia, both as a method for printing on textiles and later under the influence of Buddhism on paper. As a method of printing on cloth, the earliest surviving examples from China date to about 220 AD. Wood block printing also changed the shape and structure of books. Scrolls were gradually replaced by concertina binding from the Tang period onward. The advantage was that it was now possible to flip to a reference without unfolding the entire document. The next development, known as whirlwind binding, was to secure the first and last leaves to a single large sheet so that the book could be opened like an accordion. Around the year 1000, butterfly binding was developed. Wood block prints allowed two mirror images to be easily replicated on a single sheet. Thus, two pages were printed on a sheet, which was then folded inwards. The sheets were then pasted together at the fold to make a codex with alternate openings of printed and blank pairs of pages. In the 14th century, the folding was reversed outwards to give continuous printed pages, each backed by a blank hidden page. Later, the same binding were preferred rather than pasted bindings. Only relatively small volumes were bound up, and several of these would be enclosed in a cover called a tao, with wooden boards at front and back, and loops and pegs to close up the book when not in use. For example, one complete Tripitaka had over 6,400 rolls in 595 Tao. As a result of block printing technology, it became easier and cheaper to produce multiple copies of books quickly. By the 11th century, the price of books had fallen by about one tenth what they had been before, and as a result, they were more widely disseminated. Nevertheless, even in the 15th century, most books in major libraries were still in manuscript, not in print. Almost to the end of the empire, it remained cheaper to pay a copyist than to buy a printed book. Not only did manuscripts remain competitive with the imprints, they were even preferred by elite scholars and collectors. The age of printing gave the act of copying by hand a new dimension of cultural reverence. Those who considered themselves real scholars and true conscious conscientious of the book did not consider imprints to be real books. Under the elitist attitudes of the time, printed books were for those who did not truly care about books. In India, in Buddhism, great merit is thought to accrue from copying and preserving text. Asanga, the 4th century master, listed the copying of scripture as the first of 10 essential religious practices. The importance of perpetuating the text is set out with a special force in the longer Sukhavatiwala Sutra, which urges the devote not only to hear, learn, remember, and study the text, but to obtain a good copy and to preserve it. This cult of the book led to techniques for reproducing the text in great numbers, especially the short prayers or charms known as dharamis. Stamps were carved for printing these prayers on clay tablets from at, uh, at least the 7th century, the date of the oldest surviving examples. Origins. A few specimens of woodblock printing, possibly called Tarash in Arabic, have been excavated from a 10th century context in Arabic Egypt. They were mostly used for prayers and amulets. The technique may have spread from China or been an independent invention, but had very little impact and virtually disappeared at the end of the 14th century. In India, the main importance of the technique has always been as a method of printing textiles, which has been a large industry since at least the 10th century. Spread woodblock printing spread across Eurasia by 1000 AD and could be found in the Byzantine Empire. However, printing onto cloth only became common in Europe by 1300. In the 13th century, the Chinese technique of block printing was transmitted to Europe. Soon after, paper became available in Europe. Technique. A method for dyeing textiles, usually silk, using wood blocks, was invented in the 5th to 6th centuries in China. An upper and a lower block are made with carved out compartments opening to the back, fitted with the flaps. The cloth, usually folded a number of times, is inserted and clamped between the two blocks. By unplugging the different compartments and filling them with the dyes of different colors, A multicolored pattern can be printed over quite a large area of folded cloth. The method is not strictly printing, however, as the pattern is not caused by pressure against the block. Now, color wood block printing. The earliest woodblock printing known is in a color Chinese silk from the Han Dynasty, printed in three colors. Advantages. Introduction of paper was a lot cheaper than vellum, great for mass production, cheaper than metals, could be combined with the movable type. Disadvantages. Can take a long time to carve, hours or even days. Difficult to carve small details. Woodcut press from engraving in early typography by William Skene, Colombo, Ceylon in 1872. Korean wood printing block from the 19th century on a display at the British Museum in London. Yan Dynasty woodblock edition of a Chinese play. Colored woodcut Buddha, 10th century China. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು, ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಇನ್ನು ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾದರೆ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲನ್ನು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.